clap, everybody.
Hello and welcome, everybody. We're down to the quarterfinals of the Las Vegas Men's Open. Great match coming up for you here. Roberto Gomez against Jeffrey DeLuna. Tough to pick a winner. It's going to be a great match. Here in the box with former Mosconi Cup team member and U.S. Open champion John Schmidt. Good to have you, John.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. What a match we have here between two countrymen and friends and great players. Two Filipino phenom players, and Roberto Gomez has really put him in a position where most people would throw him in the mix if you talk about like top 5 one-pocket players in the country. He's living down in Houston where that's about all they play. So, but today's 10 ball, he's great at that too, and this will be a real offensive, action-packed match, I would think.
Yeah, Gomez has a little more experience on the Pro Billiard Series side. DeLuna spending a little bit more of his time in the Philippines. He's played on a couple occasions. Both players are huge breakers. Look at them to just go after the break. It's going to be an offensive match. It's a best of 5 sets, but if they tie it 2 sets after the first 4 sets, we'll be going directly to a shootout. So both players really looking to
avoid that.
Yeah. DeLuna with the first break here, going from the side rail. I don't know if we can get a good enough camera angle at it, but when he hits the balls, he hits them so hard that his feet come off the ground. Watch this.
Wow. Yeah, he's pushing off that back foot big time, right at impact.
Launching himself in the air.
Yeah, the long drive champion golfers do that too. They get weightless right at impact. They almost are off the ground.
Watch this, John. He is off the ground. Couldn't quite see it with his back foot, but he's way up in the air with his, or pardon me, with his front foot, but he's way up in the air with his back foot.
Not happy with that.
No safe breaks in this match like we saw Alex Pagulayan do around before.
Yeah, they're going to blast him. Be good for the fans to see, and I get a kick out of seeing him hit him real hard.
4 and the 6 are tied up, but the 3's in a good spot to open those balls.
Yeah, and you know, you might even consider playing the billiard. The 4 looks real dead on the side. If you just nick the 3 and knock the 4 on the side, I mean,
good call. It'd have to be wired pretty good.
Yeah.
Does look
it
close.
Looks kind of doable, doesn't it? Yeah, he's just going to break him out anyway. What you got to watch here is making the 3 and the 4, and then you're trapped on the 5. So,
well, that'd be the most creative play. Try to make them both.
Yeah.
Hit the bottom side of the 6 and come across the table for the 5.
Yeah.
He hasn't come over to really look at how the 4 is playing into the side, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's kind of just all in on the breakout, I think.
Combo.
Oh, he played the 10 and safe. That was smart.
Nice.
Very smart. Leave the 4-6 tied up. Boy, what a shot.
Yeah, too much risk in really opening up those balls.
Well, and with the combination laid to where you can get safe, that's absolutely the play. What I usually do there is I shoot that shot, the 10 hangs, and then they bank the 3 into the 10, and I go sit down.
Well, that was the risk, but he hit it perfect.
Yeah, he did. You couldn't meet a nicer guy. Both of them very engaging, good dudes, great players. Just the epitome of a world champion.
Yeah, Gomez was the runner-up in the 2007 World Championships. That's how long he's been a world-class player for.
Wow.
He won the China Open a couple years later. Started making his way over to the U.S. about 5 years ago and got citizenship in the last couple years. And like you were saying, he's located in the South, a lot of one-pocket down there, and has become one of the best one-pocket players in the world.
Yep, he's watching Alex Calderon play one pocket for the last few years, and Alex moves great, so Roberto has really picked up all the moves.
Big smash from Gomez, 7-ball in the top left.
Ooh, shot on the one.
Yeah. Everything has a pocket here. Try and play the cue ball between the 4-9 on the first shot.
Very nice. I believe he'll just drip this in and play the 3-6 combination. This cue ball will be sliding as it leaves his tip and then releasing, just like that. Makes the pocket play a lot bigger. And he can play the 3 in the corner. He hit that so good. The problem is the cue ball moves to the rail, and he'd have to pound this 3 in to have the cue ball bounce off. So he's in a little trouble here. He needs to follow forward, I think, and play the purple in the side. And
6 is in the way.
Yes, you're kind of grazing the 6 going by. So what looks like a simple rack never seems to be really.
Only outside the box shot would be combo the 6 in and let the 3 play down in the top right.
I like that if you could do that.
He's gonna.
Yes, that's what I like.
Even if 3 goes
nice.
in, he's okay.
Very nice. Yeah, I
Shot
like
from
that.
Gomez there.
Another little kill stroke. You players at home, you know, you get that shot. Some of you that are a little less experienced, and you just roll your cue ball. But you'll see these pros, they slide the ball. They can put more of a stroke on the cue ball, and then the cue ball starts rolling right before it gets to the object ball. I don't even know what you would call that.
It's a drag.
It's a drag, but it's so useful.
Smooth drag, kind of.
Yeah.
And John brought up a good point there, is that you're actually hitting the cue ball a little more aggressively than how the cue ball's reacting, which is a positive thing.
Right.
It's like you're taking a kind of half aggressive stroke at it, but the cue ball's reacting slowly.
Yes, it's leaving your tip at say 5 miles an hour, and then putting on a parachute right before it gets the object ball, and so you can move your arm and your cue with more accuracy. Yeah, it's a useful shot that once you master it, it will really help you run out more often.
It's a little easier to play on new cloth, but
that's right.
You know, you just find the feel for it on older cloth as well.
Nice out.
Good out from Gomez. Break and run in rack number 2. Roberto's been a runner-up in the Predator Pro Series in the past. Derby City 10-foot champion. DeLuna owns a room in the Philippines now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Kind of known as the, when he was up and coming, was known as the most fierce gambler in the Philippines. No one really was at the top of the heap as far as money matches went over there.
Yeah, they live and breathe it. They are, I mean, he just won the Bakersfield Open a week ago. He's here playing in all the events, doing the travel, putting in the time, and reaping the rewards. Good for him.
Gomez going from the same spot, looking for a similar result.
Yeah, he can hammer him too.
There goes the 1.
Nice break.
4 railer going as well. Good signs for Gomez. Most obvious safe is to play the cue ball to the left of the 8, but he might look for something more aggressive than that.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose cutting the 2 into the 8 and running the cue ball around the table would be decent.
There's just not much coverage on the left side of the table.
Right. There's almost none. I like the dripping behind the 8. You might even graze the 8, but you figure to really hook him with that. We'll see what he comes up with.
He just can't play it in a way where he can kind of freeze on the 8 and then there'd be a short jump for DeLuna. So he's going to try to take the cue ball behind the 5 here, I think. Watch the touch here. Just short. So first chance for DeLuna to put Gomez in a bad spot here.
Yeah, I believe he'll drive this 2 ball right about where he's standing, and the cue ball behind the 8, 2 rails. this with a high left-hand cue ball. Let the cue ball kind of turn into the 8. There you go. Nice shot.
Just left the jump. Not an easy one.
Yeah, you know, you'd like to start every game from here, and if the balls cooperate, it's your turn to win. But it's amazing how often you lose games from this position where you have a guy dead hook, they jump and hit it, and you're in a bad spot. But that's all you can do.
It's called the 2. Can see how used he is to playing under the shot clock, knowing that this is going to be the shot of the rack for him, calling his extension immediately, taking as much time as he needs to prepare. Good try. 2's not going to count up there, doesn't
save.
go.
Well, he won't like the next shot.
Yeah, he's going to be locked up behind the 8 here. DeLuna's going to do his best to get him right on the 8.
You got to watch knocking the 2 in here, of course, so he'll be careful there. This requires nice cue ball control. Your cue ball has to release forward just a smidge. A little stun run through, he executed it perfectly.
Yeah, usually on shots like that you can follow them, but the way the angle was lying there, you had to stun it. Great shot to get that close to the 8.
He's really going to rely on the mirror system in his mind here. That's why you see him back in that corner looking out through the table. And that'll help him gauge just still tough kick. Oh, he might have hit it. Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
He's going to leave it. 5 does play in the side.
Yeah, I think he'll play the 4 and the 5 in the side, right? The 5 to the 6 will be something you have to pay attention to. Well, he can leave he'll have enough angle, I think, to move from the 5 to the 6. And the 6 to the 7 is the angle that I would really be concerned with. So I'm not have to do something real exotic off the 6 ball. Perfect.
Ideally wants to get an angle where he's moving to the left off the 6.
You know, something I've noticed, and I've seen guys like you play over the years, Eric, you pros, that when you get to play on the same equipment over the course of 3 or 4 days in a row, man, the level of play starts just being unbelievable. And these players have all been on these great Predator tables and this friction level for about a week now. So the play is just getting otherworldly at this point.
Yeah, and everyone left in the tournament at this point is playing well.
Right.
So, you know, look for some real high-level matches in the next couple days.
Yeah, I remember like sometimes just getting right off a plane or something, and you're playing on a table, and you can look horrible, but now they're playing fantastic now.
Gonna have enough speed here.
Yeah,
he's there.
So, yeah.
Rack number 3 going into DeLuna. He'll be breaking in rack number 4. Get to see some more of that 30-mile-an-hour power unleashed.
Yeah, DeLuna is muscular and strong. I mean, he's built like a little athlete, like a shortstop in baseball or something.
Yeah, his nickname's the Bull.
Yeah,
for proper reason.
He's strong. Well, Roberto's a strong guy too, in good shape and all, but Jeffrey is really. I mean, he could bench 200 pounds or something. He can really probably play a lot of different sports if he wanted to. He's going after these, I think. Murdered him and nothing.
Yeah, puts his whole body into it. Nothing down. He's only left the right edge of the 1 for Gomez.
Yeah, I believe Gomez has to push out here. I don't think he can do much with this 1. I think he'd want to push out over about maybe where the 6 is and maybe tie the 6 up. Well, he shoot. Oh, he can hit enough of the 1 to drive it back down table. Okay. Well, that's an okay shot.
That
then.
changes things.
Yeah, totally. I thought he was hooked by the 9 a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's the shot all day. Didn't work this time.
Yeah,
but I don't blame him shooting it, though.
DeLuna can cut this in. It's a thin one. It's going to be tough to hold for the 2. You might consider running into the 2.
I would. I think making this 1 and trying to manipulate the cue ball would be too difficult. Well, he thinks he can do it the way he's cueing.
Yeah, if you could draw into the 3, that'd be a good play,
yes. Too. It looks to me like you go right in between them. Well, you never can tell. The players have so much of a better perspective on the hit, but it looks to me like this is too thin to make and hit the 3, but it's close. Oh, he missed cue. Yeah, he was really digging down and trying to really kill draw it.
Like nip draw it
like a little snip draw, yep.
Yeah, and that's when you'll see the miscues from the top players because they're putting such a short fall through and kind of over accelerating at the cue ball.
And getting down super low like in that miscue bill.
So break for Gomez here in the first set. Ahead 2-1 already. Ball in hand start. Rack looking pretty good. Next 6 balls on the same side of the table.
You know, when I scratch or I miscue like that, I just think to myself, why didn't I just run into the 2? I tried to over-engineer it and I miscued. And then they run out, break and run 3, and you just, you know.
Gomez kind of swings his cue upward on the backstroke and then comes through level.
Yeah, he sure does.
Stroke. Niels Fayen hits the ball like that too. A lot of good players kind of have that type of swing.
Yeah, I've noticed you pick up on all those little things. All the instruction you do, you really notice all the little things people do. But yeah, and I see some guys even like raise their chin. It's like it gives clearance to the cue as it's moving back. But all these players do it a little different. But I sure like everything about Roberto's game. I mean, how could you not?
Looking good here. I'll have to play the 10 in the corner. Might be just straight enough to stop it. He's good. Flawless start for Gomez.
Yeah, he's played perfect.
Getting to the hill.
Representing Bogey's Billiards in Houston. That's kind of the pool room in Houston, I would think. And he's been stationed out of there for quite a while.
DeLuna 0 for 2 on the break. Bit of a factor. Gomez has been successful on all 3 of his breaks. Other quarterfinal matches are Dennis Grabe against Stefan Kasper, a new player out of Germany. I was talking to John Moore. He said Kasper has some snooker background, so see how that translates into his pool game. He's doing well here. I heard he did well at the last Euro Tour as well, so player to look out for. Marco Tucher and Joshua Filler are at one set each. Wojciech Shevchuk and Alex Kazakis just about to start right now.
Scratch-a-roni.
Yep. Kicked in.
Yeah, sure did. Got kissed around the table. Well, DeLuna's going to have to make something happen here. Down 3-1. Must get out here.
He's going to consider 3 fouls just because of where the 3 is.
Yes. I like it. You're going to have the guy on 2 most likely. And a lot of times when they have to kick down there, they're going to open up the problems, and they're going to try not to, but it ends up happening a lot.
He might have tried to push the 1 by the 10. Let's see how that ended up. It's going to be a combo, but he left the left long rail for Gomez. Another one where you had to kind of stun onto the 9 instead of rolling onto the 9. It's tough to really pinpoint that cue ball.
That's right.
Oh, he missed it. And
well, he kicked out the problem ball. Isn't that funny how often that happens?
Think he'll go combo here?
I still think he'll shoot the combo because, it's a tough run out. And the 1's kind of falling safely to his left.
Can see DeLuna zoned in just by how he's acting.
Oh yeah, he's bearing down.
He's right. He's ready to take advantage of all his chances. Got it. 3-2 now in set number 1. DeLuna 0 for 2 on his first 2 breaks. See if he sticks with the same place on the table. Wonder what he's thinking about there. Just kind of getting down into shooting
I've never
position.
seen him do that much.
Almost like looking at the shape of his tip or something.
The referee, we were talking to him earlier from Lithuania. That's
right.
Lithuania, right? Real nice guy. We were talking about like a typical Lithuanian dinner and stuff. Yeah, he was.
Cold borscht.
Yeah, cold borscht. Yeah. He says it's fantastic. He says it doesn't sound that great, but it's actually, people love it.
There goes the 1. 2 ball's not going to cooperate, but he'll have the first shot in rack number 6 here.
You know, sometimes I like playing this with like a kind of, they call that high karate, where you kind of smooth, just overcut it to your left, the 2 ball, and the cue ball will hug that back rail and stay behind the 9 a lot of times. If the 2's frozen, though, it's probably not playable.
Yeah, you're right. That's the only reason he's not shooting that shot, and going off the left or right side of it is playing the cue ball into the 7 or the 9. So.
Oh, no, he's getting this back from me.
Yeah, but this is,
I call this over pushing.
Not much better here.
No, I'm not shooting this. No way. He'll give this back, I would almost bet.
In fact, it's worse. You could try to play the 2 behind the 8-10, but that's super tough. The thing is, if you get the 2 past the side pocket, the 3's kind of blocking the corner. It's touchy, no doubt.
Well, the shot here is to come off the left side of the 2 with a high ball. Cue ball comes off the back rail, hits the 7, and you drive the 2 just down into like the balls, and you're going to create distance. But I don't see much else. Yeah, just like that. That's the shot I would have played, and it'll work out sometimes, and it did there.
That's a knowledgeable shot there from DeLuna.
Yeah.
of safe options here.
Yeah, none of them are easy. I hate this shot. I would drive the 2-ball up towards the side and the cue ball behind. Uh-oh, he got the dreaded double kiss.
Yeah,
Yep.
had to play with a bit of inside, kind of swerve the cue ball a little
That's right.
thicker into the 6, or into the 2, pardon me. So chance for DeLuna to make it hill here. Nicely played. Slightly too much angle, but he can kill the cue ball with draw.
Yeah. Oh, this got away a little bit. Nah, he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think he was playing it in the opposite corner.
I do too.
He was smiling about
yeah.
it. Pretty sure he was.
Yeah, the top players wouldn't come across that shot line like that unless it was their last resort. But sometimes if you try to get cute and hold that, you can miss the ball. So we'll never know. But I don't think he was playing there. He's human. He's going to overrun his mark once in a while.
Look out.
Okay.
Bank that one in.
Yeah, that one took its time. Just shows how difficult pool is. I mean, here's a guy that's played, what, 100,000 hours of pool and almost missed a straight-in 1-footer.
Gotta be careful here, reaching over the 9. He's okay.
I'd like to play on this cloth. This cloth just looks like it's reacting so perfect to me. It's got just the right amount of grip and slip, and there's a fine line with that, and I just think Predator has it down pat. You don't want it to have no friction, but, you know.
You want it to grab
enough. It just
enough.
plays just right. Yeah, it's just the right amount of everything.
And that's usually the knock with new cloth, is that
Right.
it just slides too much, but you don't see that as much on the Predator cloth. Like even there, see how it just kind of grabbed off the short
And then
rail?
the beauty of the Predator chalk is this table will play like this 6 months from now. It doesn't break in and become impossible. It plays right out of the bag on through a year later, and that is nice. Get away from that rail. Okay, he'd be all right here.
Entertaining first set so far. Looks like it's going to go to the hill.
Oh, I don't like jacking up on this unless I have to. Just digging down a little bit.
DeLuna found something on the last break after breaking dry on the first 2. So let's see if he can replicate that here. DeLuna and Gomez have both made the 1 in the side.
Yeah, that was a big double kiss Roberto had with that safety that cost him that game in that set, most likely. Or possibly.
Both high on the player overall performance. And that number will go up with the amount of balls you've pocketed as well. So they're in the first set. DeLuna was a quarterfinalist at the China Open in 2024. 3rd in the Qatar Open, both major tournaments on the circuit. One gets kicked away from the side, but it's in the corner. 3 balls down, and he's got a shot on the 2.
Going to end up stealing this set, very possibly. Still got to execute here, but this is he's going to be able to hit this 2 soft enough it can hit that right long rail and kind of slide in there, and then the angle that I have on the 3 takes him right into the path of the 4.
Yeah, he's having a close look, so I don't think he has the full pocket.
Oh, well, okay, then this is really Gomez's best chance to have something go his way. Anytime you see a great player look this long at a shot like this, it's tough. Okay, slid it right in there.
Nicely
Nice.
played off the long rail.
He's got to make a nice shot here, and he wants to land between the 7-9, which is very easy to come up short or long.
I was actually considering
Right.
just up the left,
I like
right long
to
rail.
make sure you can see the 4 the whole time. I'm not against that one bit. Yeah, that's a better play, Eric. The more I look at it, you're absolutely right. That way you're not hooked.
Natural position towards the 5-2 rails.
The only thing that could go wrong is you really hug it along the rail and you have a real thin cut on the 4, or you get behind the 5. But I believe your way is the best way. Oh, he just said,
Look at this.
wow, he's flashing gang signs. What is this?
Whoa.
This is how he plays it. Wow.
He got to my
that
area,
was-
but not nearly the same way.
Yeah, that was a little fancier. Yeah, it took a big stroke, a lot of power.
He's known for those kind of shots every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
He's obviously feeling it to be able to play that.
He said, you know, I haven't been signing enough autographs this week. Let me show him what I can do. Now you go 3 rails around the 10.
What a shot there.
Yeah,
from
that was
DeLuna.
cool looking.
Especially the point in the set as well.
Yeah, he's got a huge stroke, huge power. Oh, don't hit that 10. I've seen him do some draw shots and stuff that are like Larry Neville-like, and you know, a lot of the players will scoff and be like, it doesn't. Well, I'd like to be able to do that. That's a nice thing to have in your arsenal.
And he just shot it there.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
hill,
not
like
like
wow.
it never comes up.
Yeah, it comes up all the time. It's how good these players play. Roberto played perfect, just about perfect, and probably going to lose the set.
I think the cue ball could be playing into the 10 here. He might have to soft draw it to the left of it.
Welcome to the Pro Tour. You know what I mean? Play like Roberto, and that's not good enough? Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, that had his attention when it left his cue.
Yeah, and don't catch the point either. He's okay, though.
Yeah.
What a sad, fast and furious action.
Yes.
DeLuna stuck 3-1, coming back real strong, taking full advantage of the unfortunate break for Gomez. Looks like Roberto's going to take a quick break here. Jeffrey is as well. Let's catch up with some other quarterfinal match scores right after this break. We'll be right back. Tight match, obviously indicative of the scoreline. DeLuna was perfect on safes. Both around 50-50 on the break. Here comes Roberto. Winner breaks format doesn't carry over into the second set. So Roberto will be breaking first. DeLuna's thinking that it's his break, but it's not. Just hasn't played in as many pro billiard series. They're joking around. Probably said, "Do you want a break?"
Those are racked good. Yeah, those really flew apart.
10 ball in, not a winner, but Roberto will be staying at the table here. Over top of the 2, tough spot.
Super tough. Even if you manage to make it, it's hard to get the cue. You'd have to hit it with inside English and go 2 or 3 rails, which actually...
He does have the left side of the cue ball.
If that's what he'll do, yeah, because he's not just going to roll this with high ball and let the cue ball fall to the end rail.
Seems like the extreme left of the cue ball, though, which is tough.
And the one's not frozen, so it's quite missable. You know, when it's frozen, they're a little more makeable for these great players.
Yeah, I don't think he really has enough of it.
Going to push. Well, no, he's... Well, I don't know what he's thinking.
I have a feeling that's a push where he's thinking about pushing. It's not a bad spot. Key here is to leave him on the rail, too, so he can't draw out of the safe.
Right. Yeah, freeze it right to the rail.
Oh, he got off the rail a little. He's got to elevate if he wants to draw it. How's the bank look, John? A little long, maybe?
Well, I don't really see what he's thinking here because this is hard to get safe. I mean, I guess the bank, but I don't think the bank can be shortened up enough, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Even DeLuna's kind of going,
Yeah, I think the bank's too long.
Right?
Can't really play the cue ball behind the 7.
The only way you could do that is with that high karate where the cue ball like hugs and then releases up behind the 7. It would be like an exhibition shot and you 3-rail the 1 towards the 5. Oh, he's going to cut it and go back and forth. Wow.
Yeah, I guess that was the only shot available.
Wow.
Here we go. Big shot. First game of the second set.
Yeah, gutsy shot. I mean, that's about par for the course with a shot that difficult.
Gomez being down a set 2, it's tough to kind of be on your heels right away in the second set. There's another player that shoots left-handed but uses the bridge with his right hand.
That's interesting. Yeah, I would never even imagine doing that. Of course, he watches me play and says, John likes to miss a lot. I can't imagine doing that either.
He looks really locked in over the balls.
Oh, yeah. He might have to swing this cue ball 3 rails around and get back on the other side of the 5 in the same side pocket. Or you could hit this with low inside English. This will look cool if he does that. I think he's going around, though.
Yeah,
right. It's a little short. No, he's okay. Kind of moving away from the 6 a little bit, but with his stroke, he'll figure something out.
Playing quick.
Yeah, I like that. I've always liked the playing quick. I feel like I could just maybe shoot before I do something stupid. Just get on with it. Paralysis by analysis.
In between being able to hold it or going to the rail. Should be okay either way. Stroke.
Well, you know, some days you when you play this 10 ball, when you make mistakes, you don't get penalized because you hooked the guy. But Roberto got that one double kiss, cost him ill, and then he misses the one. So the two little tiny mistakes he's made lost both racks. And there's many matches I've played where I've made a bunch of mistakes and you still win the rack. So things aren't really going his way today.
Yeah, Broke made 2 balls there. Did all he could on the break. Just got over top of the 2.
Yeah, if the one is to his left 1 or 2 inches, it's a lot easier. You know, it's just when the balls aren't going to cooperate, you're not going to win. I don't care who you are.
Look at the determination on DeLuna's face.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of noticing that compared to most players.
Yeah, this is a huge match. This takes you into the semifinals of one of the biggest, most prestigious events in the world. Like, he would love to win this tournament.
Ripped the break there, nothing down. Roberto has a chance to pocket the 1 here. Tough, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Position's not unreasonable. Can just play a soft draw over to the right long rail.
And if you could get on the 2, you could maybe just play a safe behind the 7-9. I don't know if that 2 goes, but
I think it does. So worth an offensive attempt here, I think. Overcut it.
oh, left the correct angle to make the 1 and get on the 2. Yeah, when things are going bad, they really start to go.
That's exactly what you're talking about. Not only left the shot, left it like leading right into the
Right,
2,
right.
which is a tight area to get into.
Oh, nice little shot there. I believe he's going to play safe here. What he'd like to do, though, he'd like to nudge this 9 a half an inch or an inch so that it goes later while still trapping Roberto.
Good call, but I think he's on such an offensive run that he's just going to keep going here.
Oh,
you're right. You're right. Sorry, John.
Yeah, I didn't think the 2 went by, buddy. Yeah, that's the shot. Move the 9 just a little bit. Beautiful. Boy, Roberto is really up against it here. Down a set, down 1-0, kicking. Yikes. He doesn't figure to hit this ball. Even as good as he plays, I would have to bet against him. He's probably a little less than even money to hit this kick, I would think. Well, he can get past the 5, but still super tough.
Gonna go around it in the
Yeah,
pocket.
super tough. Always going to be difficult.
How playable is the 7? Can he play it in the bottom right?
Well, it's gonna be tricky going from the 7 to the 8, I believe. But if anybody can manage it, it's this little monster right here.
Because he almost wants to get a look at it where he's on the rail more, and then he's
That's
playing into
right.
the 9. I guess you could still push the 9 away.
He'll draw up the rail here. Stay away from that 5. Okay, nice touch. Now he's on the correct side of the 3. Takes him into the 4, and it's stop, stop to the 5 if he executes well. Yeah, such nice cue ball control.
Bit of concern on Gomez's face there. Rightfully so. Knows DeLuna's playing well, not quite getting the rolls.
Yeah, yeah, you know how good these guys play. When one of them starts getting the favorable rolls, they're unstoppable. Same with Roberto. I mean, I've watched him just torture, you know, everybody. Difficult. This is moving away from the 6 ball, this angle, just a little bit, and then you're really kind of on. The 7-9 is going to be tricky to deal with.
Yeah, like what else can you do? There's a very small angle there where you can get an angle going into the rail.
Yeah, and the closer he can get to the 7, the more manageable this will be. So I think he'll follow to the in rail and down as much as he really can. There you go. Good shot.
Oh,
he got
absolutely
inside.
perfect.
Yeah. This is beautiful. Still, this has to be blasted in to
No
bounce
doubt.
off this rail. Like I don't like this one.
It's still tough, but he got the angle he wanted here. He's actually going to go forward 2 rails.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
he's thinking.
Well, the reason this is a nice shot, as you know, Eric, is that side rail being so slick with the new cloth, it doesn't impart much right-hand English on the cue ball. So your cue ball will act correctly off the end rail. Normally, you couldn't follow this in a pool room with broken in cloth. But see how it's straightened out right there?
The top catches a little more.
That's right. And that first rail didn't put a bunch of side on the cue ball. Now you might get to see something cool here. He's gonna let the stroke out here. Oh, the old miscue got him, boy.
That's his second miscue of the match.
And left it, and again, look at where he left the ball. Oh,
remember when he was kind of rubbing his tip on the rail there, and we are like, "What's he doing?" He's having some small tip issues.
Wow, Roberto is in deep trouble. But, you know, he's thrilled that Jeffrey didn't make the ball. But wow, he's shooting at this. I would think he's going to cut the 8 to his left and down behind the 10 and run the cue ball back kind of down where he's standing. He shot that right in. Well, that's the best shot I've ever seen in my life.
The center of the pocket.
Can you believe he shot that? What a shot. Wow, that really changed things. Got to make a good little shot here. Bear down.
Wow.
Boy, that 8 ball was gutsy from back there.
He just kind of knew he needed a momentum
well,
change.
And he figured, like, I should have lost the game anyway, I guess.
Yeah. But we were bringing up his one pocket experience before. That's actually, that is a one pocket shot. You lag the ball from your opponent's side into your hole.
Yeah. Well, just to have the guts to even shoot it, I mean, that's because you're down 2-0 if that ball doesn't go in, because you're just flicking it over right in front of the hole. He just dripped it in there like it was easy.
Yeah, DeLuna's going for a tip tool over here.
Yeah, I remember Corey Dole went on tilt once like 10 years ago and told me, he's like, I can't draw my ball. Every time I draw my ball, I miscue. My tip's messed up, so he just quit drawing his ball for the whole, came in like 4th or something. Just using stop shots and follows.
Sounds like Corey.
Yeah, something very Corey-like. He's so funny. He lives in a nice travel trailer and truck and travels around the country. And he told me one day, he goes, you know, I think I'm going to start building travel trailers.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Second
Let me know how that goes for you, Corey. I'm not sure he owns a screwdriver, but he's going to start designing trailers. It was so funny. He said it with such conviction, too, you know.
With room for a pool table.
Oh, yeah, well, you got to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe snooker.
DeLuna actually didn't go for a tip tool. He went for a different chalk.
Oh, wow.
I just didn't see him really working on the tip. He was just kind of re-chalking it with a different chalk.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, if the 9 doesn't pass the 10, got problems here. I'll tell you what, I'm not in love with the idea, but you could play the cue ball off the 1 against the rail on the 2, shoot the 2, and go into the 9, which puts you reasonably on the 4, but I'm not in love with it.
I like that.
I mean that's what he's doing, I think. But
it's like an 8-ball theory. Break those balls out early.
Yeah,
leave
you
them
know,
for
but
too long.
it looks good when it works, but it's very easy to like clip off one of those balls and freeze over against the rail on the wrong side of the 4. I don't know. I think he is going to try it though. Hit the 9, not the 10. Yeah, that's no good. Well, it's not.
Could have been
as
bad.
good as he. Yeah, that could go bad. He has to make a good shot here.
Wow.
Okay, pocket speed. Just snip this in. I don't know if you punch it in. Oh, he punched it in, slid over. Very nice. That takes confidence to do that. As you know, you hit that ball a little rough, and you can end up over on that long rail.
Let's see if the 9 passes the 10. It'd be okay in either case. We're just going to make it a little tougher if it doesn't. Probably doesn't, considering the position he played.
This looks like a straight pull break shot right here. This will have his full attention. This ball's missable.
I mean, he's making sure with the chalk there.
Yeah. He'll be cueing this with bottom right hand spin. I've seen a million of these missed in my life by the great players. Oh yeah, you could see that had his attention. Nice shot.
Kind of like slightly hyper with some of his mannerisms, but it's more like he's so pumped to win that
yes.
I get that feel off of him.
Oh yeah.
So recovering from the miscue in rack number 3. Breaking rack number 4 with the lead. And ahead of set. Well, there he goes with the tip tool. He's definitely just trying to work it out. Tip tool, chalk.
Well, he's got a bunch of cues over there. He's got like a playing cue and then man, he's played amazing. Besides a couple miscues, which can happen to anybody, he has really played good.
Loaded up with sponsors. One of the strongest players from the Philippines. Strongest players in the world.
Yeah.
Nothing down. Chance for Gomez here. Safe chance. But he'll be happy to get a look.
Yeah, I like trying to cut the 1 to my left here with a high right-hand cue ball, and the cue ball is going to drop right down there where he's putting his stick. The 1 kind of creates some distance and hope for the best. He tried to get him right in between that 3-9.
Yeah, he
or behind the 3.
Left it open. Can he can see it. Tough position, but DeLuna, this is where DeLuna shines.
He likes this.
He's going.
Oh, watch this.
Yeah, he loves these shots.
Getting a driver out.
He's gonna have to take a minute to prepare, but buckle your seatbelts here.
Oh,
he's not
he's
going.
following this Wow, this cue ball would have to travel a long ways if he manages to rip it. Really?
Oh my goodness.
God, look at the power on this shot. It's going to get around these balls and then spin out. Perfect. Okay, that's I would normally make you sign a waiver to even see a stroke like that. That was insane.
He's off 2 rails, 10 feet of travel, hits a ball. The spin is still on the cue ball off 4 rails. What a shot.
He's going to try to do something wild here, too. He's going to draw back with power and try to draw right into the 9. Maybe, I mean, something high speed. Wow, what a hit. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah.
Speechless after those 2 shots.
That was some serious cueing power. I want to see the snooker players do that.
With spin.
Yeah, I mean, with power, with
spin.
side spin, the cue ball moves to 12 feet. And, I mean, jeez. Yeah, you can see that big chalk mark on that cue ball. So he's using some kind of old school chalk because he's worried about the miscues. Unless that's a spot on my screen. No, that was on the cue ball. No. Nice shot.
A little too far here. Ideally, if you can draw to the short rail and out.
You know, I think he's going into the 8-10 light speed and just nudging him.
It could.
Or avoiding him if he can. But I might go right into the 8 here, just like this.
Good shot. Didn't get over the 10.
Yeah, it kind of separates them, and now the rest of the rack's a little more manageable. Now he's going to want to do something with the cue ball because if he just stops, going from the 7 to the 8 is a little tricky. I think he draws back here and gets closer to his work, don't you think? Or do you just stop there? Yeah, he just decided to take his medicine on the 7.
Yeah, pocketing on the 7 is obviously easy enough.
Yeah. Even from this far away, you can control the hit good enough to get on that 8.
Trade-off would have been if you're closer to the 7, you're more likely to get good on the 8.
Yeah, there's some pros and cons to that for sure. Because this one can get away from you right here, just like this, which is why we always like to get so close to the next ball. But, you know, there's give and take to it.
I think he's going to have to go to the right of the side pocket here. That's okay, though, because the 9's pretty playable. Inside.
Yeah, what a shot.
He's dialed in.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, I would assume that you do the same thing as you're a world-class player yourself. When you're close to the balls within I'd say 1.5 to 2 feet, I like using inside English on those cuts because then my tip is laying right in between the 2 contact points on the object ball and the cue ball, right? It's visually like your stick is laying right in that little where those 2 faces meet.
I know what you mean.
Right?
It's almost like the cue ball is coming off kind of straighter off the object ball, and you can just kind of picture where the cue ball is going, and it almost helps you pocket the object ball. It's harder to describe.
Well, and your tip isn't aiming off into outer space away from the object ball. It's aiming right on the edge of it, and it's always helped me, but it only works from like 1.5 to 2 feet. Longer than that, now you start dealing with swerve and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. It comes up on the 9 a lot, or the last ball on the table. You know, the cue ball's kind of playing across into the side. You usually play it with inside when it seems like you would play it with outside, but it's actually inside.
Inside's a little easier visually for me. You know, I mean, to each his own. But try that at home when you get close. You practice those little inside English, you know. And inside means if you're cutting it left to the left, you're using left. We call that inside, and that's helpful.
DeLuna's been about 50-50 on the break, not for lack of power.
No.
Just kind of looking to fluke one in here, ideally the 1.
Probably the highest speed break and pull, really, that I can think of. I don't know anybody who can hit him harder.
Just missed the 1. Bunch of balls playing over to the right side, nothing happening.
You know, this is what makes these pros. Okay, now Roberto's going to get up down a set and down 3-1 and probably just play perfect and run out. You know, like just shows total composure. And
well, that's what happened in the first set. I mean, DeLuna was down 3-1, got, you know, a little bit of a starter help from the Roberto getting kicked in on the break, but yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to play good when you're up 6 sets on somebody, but to get up and do it right now in this situation is really a testament to how great these guys play. Nice shot.
Wants the one to play over the side here. It's makeable. Definitely tough position on the 2.
Yeah, and if that cue ball ends up catching the 10, and now you're trapped behind the 8 kicking. So this is this would be an incredible run out with the way the 4s land. The 8's tough. Yeah, have fun with this. I think he's ducking.
Yeah, it's too tough, I think.
Oh, he's cutting it right in the hole. Oh, he hung it. Yep. Well, give him credit for going for that. It would have been very easy to duck there.
2 to the 4 is going to be tough. Going to have to come back 2 long rails across.
Right.
Positive thing for him there is the 4 plays in the side or the corner, but it's still very tough.
Yeah, he doesn't figure to get out here. I mean, on paper, I wouldn't bet on him getting out here. Not the way these are laying. Really wouldn't bet against him. But this little sequence right here, I don't want any part of this.
You'd bet against the 700 Fargo all day long, put it that way.
Yeah.
And that's a great player.
Oh, sure. 700 Fargo is a great player, and this would be a super difficult run out for them. Now he's on the wrong side of the purple. Well, he's going to be able to take the cut on the 5. Yeah, he hit that shot good there, because if he comes up a foot short of that, big trouble.
Just doing everything right. You know, when he's got to spin the ball, he does. And he's got to come with a big power shot, he does it.
Yeah, he's just a great player. And when we throw that term around, great player, but this is like, you know, about as good as you can play rotation pool.
Even from the 7 to the 8, he's going to have to get a small angle to kind of get through the 9 towards the 8.
That's right. Yeah, he's going to get through this rack, I think, but it took somebody of his caliber to make it look this easy, because it wasn't. A little inside English here, cutting to the right, using right. And I explained the obvious because, like I said, remember she called me a nit, and I didn't know what that was. It had to be explained to me.
Yeah,
Now this is tricky.
Yeah, it's not 100% clear if he actually got on it. I can't tell by his body language, but
well,
I think he did.
I think he barely did. Do you try to use right English and go above the 8 and shoot the 8 where his he's standing? The scratch on the side would be on. Up.
Does he have not enough speed?
Yeah.
Had to power out of the angle. Can play the 8 2 rails into the middle of the short rail.
Right. Cue ball behind the 9.
Yep.
And I bet he hits this real good too. He's dialed in. He'll hit this pretty nice.
9's a comfortable distance from the rail. I'm surprised he went 1 rail, but look at this. Probably thought he couldn't cut it enough if he went 2 rails. Smart shot.
Well, Roberto knows, hey, I mean, I'm down 3-1, and he probably should have got out there, so I'm going to shoot this bank and just bet the whole match on this shot.
Cue ball's running into the 10 on the
I
easier
know.
bank.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like this. Maybe, how would you feel about trying to get under the 10 and bank it? Oh, he's playing it the other way.
Going to go for the tougher bank.
But you know what I like about this? This 8 will run away. It'll hit the in rail and bounce up, or it'll hit the side rail and wrap around. This is a smart shot because you can get safe. The cue ball is going to end up down by the 9 here. Bottom left-hand English. Well, unless it runs into the cue ball. That's unfortunate.
It did. So left him kind of funny.
Yeah, but these great players, when they don't have to use a lot of side spin on these cuts, they make a high percentage of them. But he needs a little bit of inside, though, to move to the 9. So that adds difficulty. This is Roberto's last chance. I believe he has to come across maybe twice and shoot the 9 to the other pocket. Yeah, this is a tough little shot with the right-hand spin. Oh, what a shot.
It's there.
Oh.
Cue ball just barely okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to land straight here.
No, he does not.
Got a bit of angle going to the right.
Well, Eric, if you didn't like watching this, you got to take 2 weeks off and quit, because this is about as fun of rotation pools I've seen in a while.
Unbelievable. For the 2-set lead now.
Brilliant play so far.
Looks like both players are going to stay in the arena between second and third sets.
Yeah. Gomez is really going to have to make something happen.
Yeah, back's against the wall now, so DeLuna's guaranteed himself a shootout. If they end up going 2 sets each, it goes directly to a shootout, so that's a major mental lift for DeLuna here, and really tough action for Roberto.
Well, and you know, I maybe look at it like, well, they both play so even. And everything's kind of went DeLuna's way, and he's played great. I mean, on paper, you figure maybe Gomez is the favorite now, because he's not just going to lose every set to a guy that plays just like him.
Yeah.
So the balls seem to like even out in the long run.
And this is a spot where if you're Roberto, you just got to take one shot at a time and see what develops for you. You know?
Yeah, right.
Can't think of the overall outcome because you're dead in the water if you start thinking like that. DeLuna to first break a rack of set number 3 here. Really not making. Oh, the 2 slides in.
The 2, yeah. Yeah, the balls are not going in for him too good. You got to start off with an awkward combination. The 1 probably falling towards the 6.
Yeah, you can kind of target like the right part of the pocket with the 7, but
yeah,
it's a little too much angle. He's having a think here. He definitely wants to play the combo, but he's thinking about how the 1's going to play off the 7. Just okay.
And now he can just shoot a stop shot with draw, and the 1 will go off the 6, and then he's on the 3.
I think there's no chance of it going short of the side pocket.
I mean, yeah, there's always a chance, but it looks to me like that's what he'd be able to do. But if not, if he has any fear of hitting the point, then, but I think he could just draw back with a stop shot here, just like that.
Shot.
Beautiful. And to be honest with you, a little fortunate that it got like that to where he didn't have to let the cue ball fall left into traffic.
Definitely.
I mean, things are going his way, and he's performing great. Oh, easy. And he's a little bit on the wrong side of the 4 now, which
can play okay because he can get a 2-rail angle back across.
Yeah, good shot. Try to miss the 10 here.
Playing fast when the balls are there.
Yeah, I like that. Just get on with it. You've been playing pool for 25, 30 years. You know what you're doing. Just shoot them in there. Watched Rubelin Mitt, and she plays like that. Just flies around the table. I've always been a fan of that. Earl Strickland proved it works with like 5-time U.S. Open winner.
So finally a break and run for DeLuna. Pretty much playing flawless. If he gets that part of the game going, it's all over.
This shows the parity out on the tour. I mean, you watch this guy DeLuna play and you think, well, he must win every tournament, right? Oh, no, they all play like this.
Wins 1 or 2 a year.
Yeah, I mean, oh, for sure. He's always winning stuff. But, like, it just, if you didn't know any better and I wasn't around pool, I'd be like, this guy's the #1 player in the world, never loses a set to anybody, right? I just don't see how much better you're supposed to play than this. But Roberto can play like this, too. I've seen him do it plenty of times. Kills you with kindness and with his runouts. He's a sweetheart of a guy, but he's really a fierce player. Even though he's smiling and friendly, he is no fun to draw. Oh, he went after those.
Yeah.
Man, he murdered those.
He's up over 30 miles an hour.
Yeah,
right?
when he decides to kill them, it's pretty wild.
You know, and it's one thing to do that in a break contest or
Yeah.
something, but this is in a professional match. It's just like he's confident in his fundamentals to hit him that hard. And we've been talking about how he's been getting rolls, and he has got a few and played well. But for him to not make a ball on as many breaks as he did kind of in the first couple sets, it was surprising. But now he's making them.
Yeah,
Roberto in a bad spot here. Well, I mean, he's got the left long rail.
Yeah, he's going to have to. The problem with this shot is the cue ball always seems to hit the second rail, and it traps the cue ball, and the one just goes over the other rail and comes back. It's hard to get safe here. If you hit the second rail, you see the cue ball stops. Oh, well, or you could do that.
Called the one, but it's
yeah,
not
he
going to help
called
him.
it. Wow. Yeah, it ended up trapping him.
I don't think he has the left edge of the 2, and even if he did, nothing positive would really happen there.
Well, you're rolling bad when that ball goes inside. That's the last thing he wanted.
There's 2 rails with left spin. Cue ball could play over towards the 8-9 if he hits the proper side of the 2. A little bit risky on not hitting a rail if you play that one, so he's going to go 1 rail here.
Oh, really? I like the 2-railer like you're saying. I like kicking 2 rails out of that corner with a high ball. Oh, that's a harder shot. That was nice.
Lots of blockers in the middle here for DeLuna, so I think he's smiling because he thinks the bank might go.
Wow. Yeah, he'll probably just rip at it, too. The way he's playing.
Yeah, he's called it.
What is Roberto saying over there, messing around? He's being funny.
He's saying, you're going to get every roll here. You're going to get.
Yeah.
These are just subtle rolls between world-class players. You know, it's not like
you like
fluking
slopped it
balls
in,
in
right?
or something.
But that is a roll at this level because, you know, instead of being able to just maybe have to play a safety, he has the angle to make the bank, carry for position, and between 2 great players, that would be considered a little fortunate.
DeLuna's, I think, going to play off the 8 here.
Oh, wow, yeah, and this he'll make this a lot of times, but not every time. Nice shot. Oh, I thought he made it.
But got safe.
Yeah, get out the lob wedge. You know, like in one pocket, a roll will be like you'll shoot a shot and then it'll wire up in the stack and the guy can shoot it in with his face.
Right.
I mean, that's a roll, you know.
For sure.
But in rotation, it's more of a blockers and lanes. Nice shot.
Go, Roberto.
Yeah, he really needed that.
Just kind of making a joke about it. Hasn't made a ball in so long. Stop the cue ball here.
Yeah. He tried to really kind of finesse it in, and it's very easy to twist the cue off line because you're not really throwing it down the shot line. You're just kind of just nudging your cue along the shot line.
Decelerate a little bit.
Yeah, it's very easy to miss that ball. Like if he would have hit that 100 miles an hour, they never miss it because they're throwing their arm, throwing their cue.
Shot from DeLuna here. He's left the long rail, but not much else he could do.
He wants to kick this to the end rail and over to the side rail. He didn't get in behind it enough. Yeah, and for a great one pocket player, that's demoralizing because he's as good at that shot as anybody breathing. Yeah, he's lost his momentum, probably even a tiny bit of confidence missing that straight in ball. That can kind of shark you.
Yeah, he's gonna have to dig deep to make any kind of comeback now. And the more DeLuna stays on the table, the more confident he gets, obviously.
That's right. Yeah, nothing beats table time as far as just getting confident.
If these three go down, he'll have won 9 of the last 10 games.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, and the next time they play, it'll probably go just the opposite. Roberto, just, that's pull. That's all you can do is just play.
Two 2-0 DeLuna now, set number 3. Looking to reach his goal of winning the best of 5 sets match. Take a quick look at the other semifinals here. Dennis Grabe up 2-1 over 2-0 over Stefan Kasper. Joshua Filler 2-1 ahead against Marco Tucher, but Tucher is up 3-1 in the 3rd set, so that looks like it could be going to a shootout. That's over on table 1. Wojciech Szewczak and Alex Kazakis getting a late start. Alex Kazakis up 3-2 in the 1st set. Semifinals will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Finals will be tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Good square hit from DeLuna, getting lots of action out of the balls. 1 ball down, but nothing on the 2. Could he be aggressive enough to kick at the 2 and try to stick the cue ball behind the 9?
Well, there's one shot here that's kind of nuts, but you could kick behind the 2 and play the 2 cross side, and the cue ball comes off the 2 down into the 7, and if you manage to make the kick, you're straight on the 3 almost. But
it's going to tempt Roberto into the same shot.
Well, in a real long match, if you were ahead 8-1 or something, you might show off and shoot that shot. These sets are short enough to where you're not going to give any games away showing off.
He's looking at your shot, I think, John.
Well, it's not as ridiculous as it sounds because the 2 kind of will get safe a lot of times.
I think he pushed it to a spot where he has the left edge.
He's got the edge, and he's going to graze off it. Yeah, that's just the right shot right there.
Yeah, Roberto kind of defeated, didn't even get up and look at the angle, but if he did, he probably would have took it. It still wasn't easy to execute, but I think he would have took that shot.
8 ball. You got to be kidding. He's playing the 8. No, he's playing safe. He wants the 2 to move off the 8 to his right like this. He didn't do it. He didn't catch it right. Like earlier, remember where you stuck it and shot the combination in the first game?
Yeah.
That's what he was trying to do there. But difficult, of course.
If anything, this one lined up a little bit to the long rail, but I think DeLuna can manipulate it.
If he can hit it soft enough, he might be able to cheat the pocket and kind of wiggle that 8 in. It looks like it's off too far, but
yeah, it's going pretty heavily in the long rail, and the 2's too close to it to cut it into it, and the 2's too far away to throw it. So it's a weird spot.
That's right. I think he's going to run the cue ball. Well, he looks like he's queuing to make it to me. Maybe he's playing safe off the 2. No, he just played safe behind the 10. Smart little shot there. Yeah, didn't try to do too much.
Even if the 2 was a little closer, he could have thrown it off angle.
Yeah, that was nice. Now, because the 3's at the other end of the table, I like the jump bank on the 2. The cue ball moves to Roberto's left, down towards the 3. Super tough, but it's kind of a shot to safe, you know. Yeah. He really wants the cue ball to move left here to try to get safe. Well, not that far left into the 3rd row. Yeah, he's a little dejected.
Don't blame him.
Yeah, I've been that way for 20 years.
And if he was starting off with an easy opener, it'd be a different story too.
Right. Yeah, nothing's going right today for him.
He's going to have to play the combo. It's lined up pretty good. Don't want to go too far here.
There's nothing more for, like, Roberto's obviously not showing it, but you know, you're top player and competitor. There is nothing more frustrating than playing like well below your speed at the pro level. It's almost hard to even articulate how painful it is.
Especially because you know that you can produce such high speeds too, right?
Yeah,
and
I mean,
like,
and if you're not even playing average, but you're playing kind of like below the way you think you're supposed to play, I mean, it is brutal. But Roberto's such a class act. He'll smile and shake it off and get right back in there and do his thing. But
he actually won his group in the banks, so he's advanced to stage 2 in the banks.
Nice. Oh yeah, he banks incredible.
And he's played his way into a semifinal berth. 6 players have advanced from the banks at this point. Two to the quarterfinals and 2 to the semifinals from 2 groups.
The little slide let go stroke, it's so useful.
First round of the mixed doubles kicked off today. Chang and Cho with a win. One of the pre-tournament favorites. Fischer and Kazakis went down to Seoa and Maciol. Fischer and Kazakis were previous finalists. It's a double knockout.
Eric, I want this cloth. This cloth, I believe, is new this week. I mean, it's just been released, and I really want to get my hands on some of it and give it a try because I'm liking the way I'm watching the balls react on it. It's their newest version, literally released like this week at this tournament, from what I understand.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I believe it's just called the Arcadia cloth. I mean, I lose track. There's so many names, but whatever it is, I'd like to go home with a bag of the most recent stuff. I'm having my Predator Apex recovered back home, and I think I'm going to put this stuff on.
It's affordable as well.
Yeah, I mean, sure, there you go. Well, it's nice to support the company that's putting $400,000 back into the players' pockets. You know, they support us, support them. Oh, that was an interesting little kiss.
Back to the dry breaks for DeLuna. Just left Gomez a bank here. I think he's just going to go. There's no point on really playing safe now. See if he can start some kind of offensive charge.
Yeah, it'll carry you to position. Bottom right-hand English to kind of stun down the table. Or high right could get you there. I think he might have hung it. No, get it. Oh, boy. And nothing's going right.
DeLuna's going to try to draw back 2 rails here in between the 6 and the side pocket. Playing back to as straight in on the 2 as possible. In the side.
Oh,
no, right off the point and
perfect.
Pretty much perfect.
Yeah. Now this shot's kind of something you gotta, I mean, you're either gonna have to just pinch this in real soft and shoot the 4 up in where he's standing, or come out and play the combination, which I'm not in love with. I think he's got to just drip this 3 in and shoot the 4 from right there.
Yeah, kind of like the angle he was looking at there. 4 in the top left.
And this shot, if you bend this cue ball with a little bit of left-hand English, it has a different entry into the 3 ball and makes it bounce off the rail. So you'll see a little bit of left-hand rotation there, I would think. Just a little. And he caught that pretty heavy, which helped slow the cue ball.
156, 129, 119, 161, 164, 219. You need to pick these up before you start your match.
Well, look for DeLuna to be a force to be reckoned with going forward in the tournament here. Josh Filler still in the tournament, always tough to beat. Actually looking at going to a shootout with his opponent. I have to double check the names. But yeah, that match still in progress on table number 1. Let's see if DeLuna gets through this rack.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's treetop. This is tough. Nice loose grip. Good shot. Yeah, if you even make it to a shootout against Josh Filler, you should win a car or something. Like that's almost like winning the tournament. To beat him a couple sets the way he's playing is doing something.
Yeah, they are going to a shootout. Filler and DeLuna are on opposite sides of the draw.
Yeah, good friends. DeLuna played great there. Absolutely amazing. It's an honor to be a part of it. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Real entertaining match here. What a performance by DeLuna. For John Schmidt, this is Eric Horowitz. Talk to you soon.
So long.